Chernobyl. It took everything from me. Everything but my life. Now, it has come back for it.
Each episode has its own overarching story, divided into 3 chapters made up of more focused objectives. Whether boarding a hijacked train, escaping by sea, or delving into an underground facility, you'll be facing masses of undead. This means when your squad first jumps into a chapter, you're going to want to stay as quiet as possible. Noise attracts zombies, and the game will spawn far more for your team to deal with if you run in guns blazing. World War Z's AI director is constantly adapting to how you play through each chapter. If your squad seems to be progressing a bit too easily, don't be surprised if you run into a colossal horde just around the corner. On the other hand, if your team is preparing to face a horde event with low health and resources, the AI may swing things for you with an extra defensive auto turret or mortar. Knowing when it's best to run and gun, hold defensive choke points, or just sprint like crazy can be the difference between life and death. Between gunning down the undead, you'll also want to keep an eye out for hidden loot. You may find the occasional health kit or ammunition box in your path, but some of the best catches require leaving the beaten track. Special zombies shake things up even further, forcing a change of tactics at a moment's notice. Gas bags will charge your squad, and anything but precise headshots trigger a nasty cloud of toxic gas. Screamers will cause more and more hordes to assault your team until you take them out. Easier said than done when you factor in the other special zombies that may be laying in wait. Depending on your prowess upon completing each chapter, you'll be rewarded with new perks for your chosen class and points towards upgrades for each weapon. As you and your squad unlock more, you'll be able to take on higher difficulties, meaning even greater rewards.
They hibernate, they drink, they have migration patterns, and they eat. And mostly, what they want to eat, that's you. Swarmers are the most common. Their name comes from their behavior. They travel in groups of 2 or 3, rarely alone, and sometimes in hordes, which seem to move and respond as if a single organism. Newts are opportunists and only attack if you're low on health or if you invade their space. Screamers you want to watch out for because they can bring swarms down on you. Run into a breaker, you're in trouble. Key to survival are your weapons and skills. Need to burn out a freaker nest, but you're out of Molotovs? That's no problem. Your crossbow can use bolts that you craft in the field. Guns dropped by enemies, they're not great, but survivor camps will sell you better hardware. In a gunfight, combat focus can be the edge that you need to survive, allowing you to really focus in on a target and take the shot. Or use stealth, take him down quietly. Since ammo is scarce, you gotta be up on your melee skills. Crafting and repairing weapons is essential. And fighting one or two guys, sure, yeah, take them on. More than that, you have to be careful. Run away. Live to fight another day. In Days Gone, you have to take on everything from snipers trying to pick you off from the trees to wolves looking for an easy meal. Are you ready to fight?
Dying Light 2 features a functioning ecosystem that reacts on multiple levels to the things you do and the choices you make. In the example we're about to show you, our protagonist undertakes a mission for the Peacekeepers, one of the many factions active in the city. They want you to negotiate with two survivors who are controlling and hoarding a water supply.
Are you going to insult us with another final offer?
Let's say you choose to carry out the Peacekeepers' orders, one way or another.
Stay back!
After this, you'll start seeing a significant change in the city, as access to the water supply has allowed the Peacekeepers to bring stability and develop the area. There's even running water for the people at street level. And that raises their morale and allows you to replenish your energy on the go. But there's a cost to this. The PKs have a rigid approach to law and order. So while the streets may be safer, it's only safe for those who side with them. So if you get on their bad side... Now let's return to that moment of choice. And instead of killing them, you choose to team up with this group to supply water in the black market. As you will see, this creates a very different set of consequences for the city. With water being a precious currency, it brings you access to new resources and trade. But this in turn attracts the worst type of people to the area. And this is just a single decision, one out of hundreds you'll have to make. But it allows you to carve out your own world, your own city from the apocalypse. Each player's game experience will be unique.
sense them somehow.
What the hell is this place?
They're screaming at me. I don't hear them, but I know they're screaming.
You got anything?
Such hate and anger.
I hope you bastards are looking up once in a while. Those fuckers might be anywhere.
I don't know what I have done to them.
This place is so damn dark. Sleepers.
They want me to feel what they feel.
This is good, man. This is good stuff. It'll trade. Everything trades. Oh, fuck. To be honest, Eddie. Second! Keep your eyes on that door! Ah, shit, there's fucking loads of them!
Then I wake up. I'm not sweating or screaming. I'm perfectly calm. I just open my eyes and I'm awake. And it's not a nightmare. It's just part of me, who I am. I don't fight it. I just live around it.
What the hell?
Hello, and welcome to The Sinking City, a game of investigation and mystery set in a twisted Lovecraftian version of the 1920s United States. It follows the story of Charles Reed, a great war veteran and private eye from Boston, who is fighting an uphill battle against terrible insanity. While looking for a cure, Reed finds himself in Oakmont, Massachusetts, a city devastated by supernatural flood, monsters, and madness. In pursuit of his goals, Charles will have to face terrors beyond human comprehension and investigate occurrences simply unimaginable in a normal society.
I apologize for my bluntness, but can I ask you a question?
Mouth?
Yeah.
Punishment. Long story.
With The Sinking City, we put the detective experience first. This means zero hand-holding from the game. There are no straightforward tasks and no objectives on the map to follow. We will never tell you how to approach a quest, where you should go, what to look for, who you should accuse.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay.
As you explore crime scenes and find evidence, all information goes into your trusted casebook. Here, you can review and analyze it, if you're in need of a eureka moment. Some evidence is pretty straightforward, lying around the gruesome consequences of someone's misdeeds. Others need a more intricate approach. In Oakmont, the veil between the mundane and supernatural is especially thin. Mr. Reed himself is no stranger to the paranormal. In fact, he has some useful tricks up his sleeve that can reveal the spell-covered traces of morally impaired perpetrators.
I surrender. Take me and let my people leave.
One of these skills, retrocognition, allows him to sneak a peek beyond the veil. Extremely useful, it helps understand what exactly happened and how, if you're clever enough to crack this riddle. And if you know detectives, you know how much time they spend doing research. So don't be too shy to talk to fellow lawmen.
Let me be frank, newcomer. You ain't welcome. You slip up, don't cross a T or dot an I, and I'll treat you like every other criminal here.
Never mind. Reed is a stranger in a strange land. Anyhow, most institutions in the city are in complete disarray. You can still use their records, which is a lifesaver for a detective in need. Keep in mind that the different institutions provide different knowledge. Think where to look, and you'll crack your case in no time. But what is investigation without the ability to piece clues together and try out different theories? That's what Mind Palace is for. The fans' favorite feature from our Sherlock Holmes games makes a comeback. But unlike Sherlock, the sinking city has no right or wrong answers, just different shades of black. So, if you're about to destroy someone's life, well, make sure you have a damn good reason. So, as you can see, at its core, the sinking city is an event.
My dear sister, I didn't board the Helios knowing what would happen, only that pursuing my research could change the world. And we did! Just not in the way I'd imagined. You've always tried to protect me. It's now my turn to protect you.
This is Nikola Tesla speaking, and unless it wasn't already obvious, this ship is under strict quarantine. This is a safe space for those with an open mind and a talent for the scientific arts to expand the limits of human endeavor. Away from prying eyes and cynical money men, here all that matters is progress as we reach for the very stars themselves. It is our floating home and the cradle of mankind's technological evolution. You walk within the very future of the human race, and you are most welcome.
Too close to the sun.
Forbidden love uncovers the mystery that lies deep inside. The story of a faithful lover held captive at her family's side. Beasts pursuing, seek my undoing. Intent on seeing our demise. Her will consenting. Evil preventing. The maid of scare shall be my prize.
Some parts are not to be played. Some parts.
supposed to be easy. Just track her down again and bring her home. I had no idea how wrong I was, and how far I would really have to go.
Search for the missing girl continues in the
Please, tell me that she's safe.
Your hysterics aren't helping. Stop calling me.
Am I really doing this? Moving so far away from civilization to be the man who will turn the tide of war when everything else fails. Millions of lives are at stake. And I have to save them, finish my work, break the code before it breaks me. Time is not on my side. Determination means everything now. For too long I've been misled, but the answer was there, right in front of me.
Dinok. Ciao.
Dad used to bring us food home from the factory. And I will get a dog. Teach it to be a tiger. I'll call it Grumby. And they lived happily ever after. And horribly ever before. The plague bringer is here, walking around. Pit-a-pat, pit-a-pat, oh pit-a-pat. 3 coffin bears, 2 mice, and a bat. I didn't do it. Don't look at me like that.
There have been some additions to the weapon system. Now you can check how much ammo is remaining in your weapon by pressing the check ammo key. I've also made some improvements to how weapons are put down. Long weapons such as the Mosin will now be extra punishing in close quarters. Grenades have also now been implemented. There are currently 3 different types of grenade. A fragmentation grenade, which causes an explosion that not only damages players but has a chance of embedding shrapnel into those who survive the initial explosion. A smoke grenade, which is currently used for blocking visibility. Please note that the smoke effects are currently made by me and not an artist, and they'll probably change for the better in the near future. A flashbang, which upon exploding will blind players and make it very difficult for them to see. All of our grenades do not use a traditional physics system and instead follow a deterministic flight path. If you can throw a grenade at the exact same angle on the exact same wall, you will get the exact same outcome every single time. Grenades are not common in Dead Matter, and we want people to be able to use them to their full effect when they find them. With some help from our talented animation lead, we've now changed how our reloading system works. Drum magazines no longer cause heartache or buggy clipping when they're being reloaded, which you might have noticed in our previous vlog. Remember the rifle from our trailer in May? After we brought on the shiny Haxorus, all of our existing weapon animations were canned, including those for the service rifle, and the service rifle itself. We've now got a brand new set of animations for it, and a brand new set of meshes. Same modularity as before, but we think it looks a lot better than our previous version. Weapons can now jam if they are in poor condition. They can be unjammed by hitting the reload key. We've also got a brand new laser pointer attachment, which will help players when using a weapon and not aiming down sights. These are especially useful on weapons that shine at close quarters combat. I've been working on an implementation of a new physical attribute system called SETA. SETA stands for Strength, Endurance, Dexterity, Agility. It's meant to be a reflection of your character's physical attributes. Strength is tied into maximum carry weight, as well as your maximum hit points and how much damage you deal with melee weapons. Endurance, which is responsible for maximum limb health and your resistance to poison and infection. Dexterity, which is responsible for how quickly you do things with your hands, including reloading, cycling the action on shotguns, and bolt-action rifles such as the Mosin Nagant. Agility determines how quickly you do things with your body, including how quickly you can raise a weapon after sprinting, how long you can sprint for, and how fast you are when sprinting. There is now a carry weight system. There is no hard limit, however, if you are over-encumbered you will start to move more slowly when sprinting. Death, unconsciousness, and falling over now.
Commencing termination repeated.
What the hell were we carrying?
It's not your problem anymore.